Family and friends are, of course, a blessing, but sometimes they can be a pain in the back that is so hard to deal with it. There is this jealousy that most families and friends exhibit when they see their fellow relatives making progress, and it is just a show of regret and condemnation of their failure. That is why you need to be careful of jealousy from families and friends. It is not just anyone that you allow into your space, because some families and friends can tear you apart. You need discernment to walk free from their deception. Discernment is the ability to see what others can't see normally. It is the ability to judge people, places, or things correctly even though they may not look like it physically. You can look past physical things and judge rightly. Discernment is the quality of being able to grab and comprehend what is obscure. It is perception beyond the obvious. It is a strategy, and it's meant to give you an advantage. Many people don't realize the effects and how powerful their family can be during childhood until they grow into adulthood. The times have changed now. You have to be alert and vigilant. Sometimes, if you end up feeling bad about yourself after most encounters with a family member, there's probably a good reason for that, and you need to carefully address it. Sometimes friendships may confuse you. You're not sure about just how loyal, supportive, and genuine a friend is being towards you. If you have a gut reaction telling you that your friendship isn't all it's cracked up to be, it may be time to identify what this person is really up to and whether this is a friendship worth keeping. One of the reasons can be that they feel inadequate, afraid, or insecure. They see something in you that they could not become or attain. Instead of being grateful for what they have, they focus more on their deficiency and insecurities. Toxic family members might try to control major aspects of your life, including your relationships and career decisions. It's normal for family members to have occasional disagreements, but when it is becoming all the time, there is something there to be alert about. You don't need to share everything with your family. You might find it helpful to keep significant details private from toxic family members who have a history of using them to criticize, mock, or manipulate you. Nobody wants a friend checking your assets. For all you know, this so-called friend may be working for someone else to find out about you. This type of friend may use spying techniques because they are jealous or they want to teach you a lesson. Another reason may be they might want to get close to your network or friends and acquaintances. You can't change how someone else acts, either if they are your family or your friends, so don't waste your time trying. Whether it's envy over someone's successes or possessions, or resentment over time spent with one another, jealousy can cause a lot of tension in a family. Fortunately, there are things you can do to address this problem. Identifying what you want from the relationship can help you develop a clearer idea of the boundaries you want to set. Having limits around interaction can empower you and help you feel better about the contact you choose to maintain. But once you set those limits for yourself, try not to cross them. Wavering can put you back into a difficult or unhealthy situation. Sometimes, cutting off contact is the best move, even if the other person doesn't intend to cause you harm. If the relationship does you more harm than good, it's an option worth considering. If your friend is one of the bad friend types above, and they sap your energy, patience, and resources regularly, it's a fair bet that you're better off cutting this person out from your tight-knit friends. If you can't quietly distance yourself and refuse all invitations to go places with this friend, you'll need to be upfront about ceasing the friendship. The best way to break up with a friend who isn't working out is to confront them face-to-face or by phone and tell them crystal clear that you feel unable to continue the friendship for such and such reason. Dealing with a jealous family or friend is not as easy as it may sound because you are dealing with someone with whom you have a close bond. Depending on the type of person you're dealing with and their specific issues, there are different ways you can act around your family member to keep things peaceful. Really happy people don't spend time dealing with jealous people. It's draining energy that just doesn't align. Unfortunately, jealous people are wasting their time and energy on the wrong things, but you have no control over their behavior. Do not try to fix the jealous person because your trying will be futile. Instead, tell them that you will work together to resolve the issue that is bothering them. When it comes to dealing with friends and family, blood isn't always thicker than water. If you feel like your jealous family member is causing you harm, whether physically, emotionally, or in any other way, you may need to establish new boundaries. You can limit interaction with the jealous member if the issue is not resolved so that the relationship does not worsen any further. There's no reason to feel guilty about being good at something, achieving your goals, or looking your best. These are things you should be proud of. If you are feeling guilty because your relative is hurling jealous comments at you, get over it. Don't allow yourself to feel bad for your life and the direction it is going in. If anyone is jealous of you, then it means you are doing something that they can't seem to do. So keep doing good work and don't give a damn about their jealousy. Because of the negative stigma around jealousy, sometimes people forget what good can come from these feelings. A lot of people allow other people's jealousy to change them. That would be a mistake. Don't allow someone else's behavior to affect who you are. It's important to remain who you are, regardless of how someone else feels about it. It's best to avoid jealous people, including family members. Don't let them bother you. It will hurt that they are not happy for you, but your happiness matters more. If you're worried for your safety, you can keep things secret so they don't get jealous, but speak to those who you love and support you. When you are entering a situation where a jealous relative will be present, try to stay in the moment and give thought to what you say and do before you do it. Dealing with jealous relatives can be a tricky thing, but not impossible. It's important to take a breath and remember that you might have to see this person for the rest of your life. To some certain level, jealousy goes much deeper and involves a high level of insecurity. The jealous person doesn't just want their friends' watch. They fear it reflects on them as a person when they don't have the thing they want. It is better to keep the peace than to burn bridges when it comes to family relationships. Just remember, it's all about preserving family relationships, so put in the effort. It can hurt even more to have a friend who is jealous because the actions and emotional expressions of a jealous person are not kind or loving. When it comes from a friend or loved one, we take it more personally. You need to know how to deal with jealous friends or family because you need to protect yourself from this destructive energy and stay in your lane. It doesn't always mean cutting this person out of your life. There are a couple of different paths you can take. Develop a sense of empathy with the people who are jealous of you. By doing this, you can easily understand where they are coming from. Why are they jealous in the first place? What is going on in their lives that have triggered their jealousy? When it comes from a friend or loved one, it's hard not to take jealousy personally. Understanding your inner world and reflecting on how you could be inviting this behavior in any way is also taking responsibility for your side. Do not let the situation ruin your mental health and overall well-being. Perhaps these people's jealousy is taking them to a different level, and they already need professional help. Therefore, let the experts handle that. Jealousy comes from a feeling of inadequacy, an empty, hollow feeling. To be completely clear, that feeling has nothing to do with you. You do not want to internalize another person's wounding, even though it's a perfectly normal response to be annoyed. Take their hateful remarks with a smile instead. You can also set boundaries like distancing yourself from them to resist being tempted from retaliating. Although jealousy is a common emotion, that doesn't make it a pleasant one to experience. Over time, it can begin to negatively impact your overall sense of well-being and could even take its toll on your mental health. If jealousy has begun to dominate your friendships, it may stop having the potential to harm our relationship, turning downright destructive. Do not approach them at a time when you are angry, such as when an altercation or bout of jealousy has just occurred. Talk to them when you can be completely calm and rational and you know what you want to say. Make a clear definition in your heart of how to treat them when they are jealous so you can live a happy life.